Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Have you ever really thought about that? It sounds like a cliche, but it carries a powerful truth. We often find ourselves waiting for the right moment to start living our dreams, to make that change, or to pursue what really matters. But what if I told you that today is that moment? Right now is all you truly have. Louise Hay, one of the most influential figures in personal growth, believed that the key to living fully is embracing the present. She taught us that life doesn't wait for us to catch up, and neither should we. The present moment is where your true power lies. It's in the now that everything begins, not in the past, where we hold on to regrets, and not in the future, where we get lost in worries about what might happen. The power to transform your life is in your hands in this very moment. So, let me ask you, what are you waiting for? Why do you keep pushing off your happiness, your dreams, your self-love? Louise Hay would say that healing begins the moment you accept the power of now, the moment you decide to start living. Or is truly living in the present? Is the moment everything begins to shift? The truth is, today is the first day of the rest of your life, and your point of power is always in the present. Whatever has happened before, whatever mistakes you think you've made, they are in the past, and the future is still unwritten. All you have is the present, this exact moment, and what you choose to do with it. Now, I want you to think about this. What if today you made one small decision that could change the course of your life? One choice that would move you closer to the person you want to become, to the life you've always dreamed of. Louise Hay always said, the first step to healing is loving yourself, and that begins by fully embracing the present. I challenge you to stop waiting for the imperfect thing. It's already here. Take a deep breath and decide to take action. Today, what can you do right now to start living more fully? How can you begin to love yourself today, to choose happiness, and to live the life you deserve? I'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments. What's one small change you could make today to start living the life you truly want? Let's talk about it. Remember, life is short, and it's up to you to make every moment count. The time is now. The present moment is all you have. It's easy to forget this in the hustle of daily life, where we're often focused on the past or anxiously anticipating the future. But as Louise Hay often said, the point of power is always in the present. If you want to change your life, if you want to start living more fully, you must first acknowledge the incredible power of now. It's in the present moment that transformation happens. When you're fully present, you are connected to your deepest self. And it's only from this place that true healing, growth, and change can occur. So many of us spend our lives dwelling on what's already happened or worrying about what's to come. But the truth is, you can only control the present. And when you learn to master it, you gain the power to change your life. Think about how often you find yourself consumed by thoughts of the past or future. Perhaps you regret something you did or didn't do. Maybe you're anxious about what might happen next. But that kind of thinking takes you out of the present, and it robs you of the opportunity to experience life as it is, right now. Louise Hay taught us that in order to create a life of peace, we must learn to focus on the present moment. Right now is where your life is. If you are thinking about yesterday or tomorrow, you are missing today, she would often say. And that's the simple truth. How can we start living in the present? It begins with awareness. It begins by taking a deep breath and becoming conscious of the moment you're in. Are you truly experiencing it? Or are you lost in your thoughts? Are you savoring the beauty of now? Or are you distracted by your worries? Living in the present doesn't mean ignoring the past or the future. It simply means not allowing them to control you. The past is gone, and the future is yet to come. The only time you can truly make a difference is in the now. So how can you bring yourself into the present? Start by noticing the small moments in your day. Take a few minutes to simply be. Notice the world around you, the sounds, the colors, the feelings. Ground yourself in this moment because this is where your life is happening. It's also important to recognize that being in the present means letting go of judgment, both of yourself and others. Louise Hay emphasized the importance of self-love and acceptance, and part of this process is being gentle with yourself. When you are fully present, there's no room for self-criticism. You just are, and that's enough. Remember, you don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to control everything. Life will unfold as it should, but the first step is to stop resisting the present moment. When you live in the now, you open the door to new possibilities, and you allow yourself to experience the richness of life. Take a moment and ask yourself, am I truly living in the present? Or am I allowing the past or future to steal my peace? Share your thoughts with me in the comments. How can you start living more fully in the now? One of the most important lessons that Louise Hay taught us is the profound power of self-love. It may sound simple, but many of us struggle with this. We live in a world that often teaches us to seek validation from others, to measure our worth by external achievements, or to feel that we are never good enough. Louise Hay's message was clear. True healing begins with loving yourself. If you've spent much of your life not fully loving who you are, it can be hard to break free from those old patterns. But here's the truth. You are worthy of love just as you are right now. And the only person who can give you the love and acceptance you need is yourself. No one else can do it for you. Loving yourself doesn't mean being perfect. It means accepting yourself, flaws and all. Louise Hay often said, you don't need to be perfect to love yourself. You just need to accept yourself. It's about embracing every part of who you are, including your past mistakes, your imperfections, and your challenges. When you start loving yourself unconditionally, everything in your life begins to shift. So how can you begin to love yourself more? It starts with a shift in mindset. You have to stop being so hard on yourself. We are often our own harshest critics, constantly telling ourselves we're not enough, we don't measure up, or we're unworthy. But these are the lies we've been taught to believe. Louise Hay always emphasized that we should be kind and loving to ourselves, just as we would be to a dear friend. Take a moment right now to reflect. How do you talk to yourself? Would you speak to a friend the way you speak to yourself? If not, it's time to change that. Start by replacing the negative self-talk with positive affirmations. Whenever you catch yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, or I can't do this, replace those thoughts with, I am enough and I am capable. One of Louise Hay's favorite affirmations was, I love and accept myself exactly as I am. Try saying this to yourself every day. Say it when you wake up, say it when you go to bed, and say it whenever you need a reminder of your worth. This simple act of affirmation can shift your energy and bring you closer to a life filled with love and compassion. Loving yourself also means taking care of your needs, both physical and emotional. Louise Hay encouraged us to nourish our bodies, to speak kindly to ourselves, and to create an environment that supports our growth. Self-love isn't just a feeling, it's a practice. It's the way you show up for yourself every single day, with kindness, patience, and understanding. So, I want to ask you, what are some ways you can begin to show yourself more love today? Maybe it's giving yourself permission to rest, to forgive yourself for past mistakes, or to simply say something kind to yourself in the mirror. Whatever it is, start today, because the more love you give yourself, the more love you will be able to share with the world. I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you can do today to start practicing self-love? Share it in the comments. Let's inspire each other to be kinder to ourselves. One of the most powerful steps in healing is letting go of the past. Louise Hay taught us that we cannot change what happened, but we can change how we react to it. The past, with all its hurts, regrets, and mistakes, no longer has to control us. Yet so many of us continue to carry the weight of yesterday with us, and it prevents us from fully stepping into our power today. The truth is, us holding on to the past only weighs us down. It keeps us stuck, preventing us from moving forward into the life we truly want. Louise Hay believed that in order to heal, we must let go of our old patterns, our old pain, and our old beliefs that no longer serve us. But how do we let go? It's not always easy. The past can feel like a heavy burden, and the emotions tied to it can make it seem impossible to release. But Louise Hay always reminded us that the first step is forgiveness, and forgiveness is the key to freedom. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting, and it doesn't mean that the pain was okay. Forgiveness means that you're choosing to release the power that the past holds over you. It's choosing to stop letting those old memories dictate how you feel, how you think, and how you live today. It's choosing to heal. When Louise Hay spoke about forgiveness, she often said, "I forgive myself and I forgive others." This simple affirmation is incredibly powerful. It frees you from the emotional grip that past events may have on you. It allows you to take your power back, and it opens the door to peace and healing. I want you to take a moment right now and think about something from your past that still bothers you. It could be a mistake you made, something someone else did to you, or a painful experience you've carried for years. Now I want you to say, "I forgive myself for this. I forgive others for this. I release it and let it go." Say it out loud and truly feel the weight of that release. The past no longer has to define you. Letting go of the past is also about shifting your mindset. Instead of focusing on what you've lost or what you wish you had done differently, focus on what you can do now. What you choose today is what shapes your future. Louise Hay often said, "The past is over and I choose to let it go." Let that be your mantra moving forward. Every time the past tries to creep back in, remind yourself that it has no place in your present life. You see, you have the power to write your own story. No matter what has happened before, you can create a future filled with love, joy, and abundance. The past doesn't have to be your prison. It can be your teacher. It can show you what you've learned, how far you've come, and how much strength you have. So ask yourself, what can I release from my past today that no longer serves me? Whether it's a person, a belief, or a past regret, it's time to let it go. I want to hear from you. What's one thing from your past that you are ready to release today? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's support each other in this journey of healing. Remember, you are not defined by your past. You are free to create the life you desire right now. Change is one of the most constant and inevitable parts of life, yet it's something many of us resist. We hold on to what's familiar, even when it no longer serves us. But the truth is, if we want to grow, if we want to transform our lives, we must be willing to embrace change. Louise Hay often said, "When you change your thoughts, you change your life." And that starts with accepting that change. It's not something to fear, but something to welcome. Change can be uncomfortable, even scary. It's easy to stay in a place of familiarity because it feels safe, but that safety often comes at a cost. When we avoid change, we prevent ourselves from stepping into the new opportunities, new experiences, and new growth that life has to offer. So, how do we embrace change? It starts with a mindset shift. Instead of seeing change as a threat, I begin to see it as an opportunity. Change is the catalyst for growth, and growth is what leads to the life you've always dreamed of. Louise Hay taught us that every time we step outside of our comfort zone, we are moving closer to the person we were always meant to become. The first step in embracing change is to stop resisting it. We often resist change because we fear the unknown. But as Louise Hay would remind us, you cannot go back to the way things were. You must move forward to become the person you are meant to be. The more you resist change, the more it will cause stress and frustration. But when you begin to accept it, you open the door to possibility. Another powerful way to embrace change is by practicing self-compassion. Change can bring up feelings of doubt or insecurity, but rather than being hard on yourself, practice being gentle. Louise Hay always said that being kind to yourself is one of the most important steps in any transformation. When you're kind and patient with yourself, you allow space for growth to happen naturally. One of the things that keeps us stuck is our attachment to the past and our fear of what's to come. But the truth is, the future is not something we need to fear. The future is a blank canvas, waiting for us to paint it with our dreams, desires, and actions. Louise Hay often reminded us that the future is full of possibilities, and you are the creator of your own future. As you move forward, remember that change doesn't always have to be drastic. Small changes can make a big difference. Each small decision you make today is a step towards the life you desire. Whether it's changing the way you think, the way you treat yourself, or the way you show up in the world, every change, no matter how small, adds up over time. Ask yourself, what's one change I can make today that will move me closer to the life I want? It might be something simple, like changing a thought pattern, letting go of an old belief, or trying something new. Whatever it is, embrace it. I want to hear from you. What is one small change you are ready to embrace today? Share it with us in the comments. Let's support each other as we move forward on this journey of transformation, one of the most powerful tools for healing. And transformation is forgiveness. Louise Hay believed that forgiveness is not just something we do for others, it is something we do for ourselves. Forgiveness is the key to freeing ourselves from the past and making room for a brighter, more peaceful future. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. People think that to forgive, they must condone the actions of others or forget the harm that was done. But forgiveness is not about excusing bad behavior. It's about releasing the emotional grip that someone else's actions have on you. It's about letting go of the anger, resentment, and pain that keep you stuck and choosing to free yourself. When we forgive, we are the ones who heal. Louise Hay taught us that the act of forgiveness starts within ourselves. I forgive. Myself and I forgive others was one of her favorite affirmations. Forgiving yourself is crucial because often we are our harshest critics. We carry guilt, shame, and regret, believing we are somehow not worthy of peace. But the truth is, you cannot fully love yourself if you are holding on to guilt or shame. Forgiving yourself allows you to move forward with compassion and love for who you are today. Forgiving others is equally important. We all carry wounds from past relationships, whether it's from family, friends, or colleagues. Holding on to grudges only keeps us tethered to the past. It's like carrying a heavy weight that drains our energy and peace of mind. When we forgive, we stop giving others the power to control how we feel. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you have to forget what happened, but it does mean that you are choosing to release its hold on you. But how do you forgive? It starts with acknowledging the hurt. It's important to allow yourself to feel the pain before you let it go. Louise Hay often spoke about the importance of facing our emotions, not running away from them. Feel your anger, your sadness, your disappointment. But don't let those emotions define you. Acknowledge them and then decide to let them go. One of the ways to practice forgiveness is through a simple yet powerful affirmation. I forgive myself. I forgive others. I release the past and choose to move forward. Saying this affirmation can be incredibly healing. Every time you say it, you are taking one step closer to freeing yourself from the emotional burden of past wounds. And remember, forgiveness is not a one-time event. It's a practice. The more you forgive, the more peace you'll create in your life. Another important aspect of forgiveness is letting go of expectations. Sometimes We hold on to resentment because we expect others to apologize or make things right. But the truth is, we can't control what others do. We can only control how we respond. By choosing forgiveness, you take your power back and stop allowing others' actions to affect your peace. Ask yourself, who do I need to forgive today, including myself? It might be a person from your past, or it might be yourself for something you regret. Whatever it is, the act of forgiving will lighten your heart and open the door to healing. I want to hear from you. What do you need to forgive in your life today? Share your thoughts with us in the comments. Let's support each other as we practice the power of forgiveness together. In a world that constantly pressures us to conform to meet certain expectations and to fit into predefined molds, one of the most liberating things you can do is to live authentically. Louise Hay taught us that true happiness and peace come from being yourself, without apology. Authenticity is about embracing who you truly are, your strengths, your quirks, your imperfections, and everything that makes you unique. It's about shedding the layers of falsehoods we've been conditioned to wear and stepping into the freedom of being real with ourselves and the world. But why is it so hard to be authentic? In many ways, society has taught us that we should be something we're not. We're told to act a certain way, dress a certain way, and speak a certain way. And when we deviate from those expectations, we often feel judged or excluded. But Louise Hay believed that authenticity is the key to our personal power. When you allow yourself to be who you really are, without fear or shame, you unlock the full potential of your life. Living authentically begins with accepting yourself. Louise Hay often said, "You are perfect just as you are." And this includes accepting the parts of you that you may have been taught to hide or suppress. Perhaps you've been taught to believe that certain aspects of your personality or your appearance aren't good enough. But the truth is, every part of you is worthy of love and acceptance. Living authentically also means setting boundaries. When you truly know and accept who you are, you're able to communicate your needs and desires clearly. Louise Hay taught that you have the right to say no when something doesn't align with your truth. Boundaries are a form of self-respect. They help you honor your own needs, protect your energy, and maintain healthy relationships. Being authentic also means letting go of the fear of judgment. The fear of what others think can keep us locked in a life that isn't ours. Louise Hay often said, "What others think of you is none of your business." When you stop worrying about pleasing others and focus on pleasing yourself, you free yourself from the chains of external validation. You begin to trust your own voice, your own instincts, and your own choices. But how do you start living authentically? It starts with self-awareness. Spend time reflecting on who you are and what you truly want. Are you living a life that reflects your true values? Or are you living a life based on someone else's idea of who you should be? Ask yourself, am I living for myself, or am I living to meet the expectations of others? It's also about making choices that honor your authentic self. When you're faced with a decision, ask yourself, what would feel most true to me? Trust that the answer lies within. Remember, authenticity is a journey, not a destination. You won't become your true self overnight, but every step you take towards living authentically is a step towards greater peace and fulfillment. So I want to hear from you. How can you begin to live more authentically today? What's one small thing you can do to honor your true self? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's support each other in this journey toward authenticity. As we come to the final chapter, I want to leave you with this thought. And your journey of self-discovery has only just begun. Louise Hay spent her life teaching people that we are all worthy of living a fulfilling, authentic life, and that the path to that life is through self-love, self-acceptance, and constant growth. This journey isn't about reaching perfection. It's about embracing the process of becoming the best version of yourself. every single day. The greatest gift you can give yourself is the permission to grow and evolve, no matter where you are in your life right now. No matter what challenges you've faced, you have everything you need within you to create the life you desire. Self-discovery is about peeling back the layers that life and society have placed on you and finding out who you truly are beneath it all. It's about letting go of who you think you should be and embracing who you are in this moment. It's about choosing to show up as yourself without apology and without fear of judgment. And here's the beauty of it. You are not alone in this journey. Louise Hay believed that we are all interconnected and that the power of self-love ripples outward. When you begin to love yourself, you inspire others to do the same. Your transformation has the power to transform the world around you. So, I want to encourage you to keep going, even when the path feels uncertain. Trust that the process of self-discovery is unfolding perfectly, just as it should. You are exactly where you need to be right now. All you have to do is take the next step and the next and the next. As we close, I invite you to ask yourself, what is the next step on your journey of self-discovery? Maybe it's embracing self-love, forgiving yourself, setting boundaries, or taking a leap of faith into something new. Whatever it is, trust that you have the strength and the wisdom to take that step. Before you go, I have a final question for you. How has this journey of self-love and healing impacted you? What changes are you ready to make in your life starting today? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your story matters, and it can inspire others to begin their own journey of transformation. And don't forget, this is just the beginning. If you want to continue on this path of growth and self-discovery, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you never miss a video that could help you along the way. Share your thoughts, your feelings, and your experiences with us. And let's keep supporting each other. Thank you for being here, for choosing to embrace the present, and for choosing to live authentically. Remember, life is short, but it's never too late to begin the journey to the life you truly deserve.